fast will you get your green card?
In this video, we will cover 5 different marriage adjustment of status timelines. We will make sure to share all of the important dates and their locations so you can get an idea of how long your marriage green card will take.
And make sure to watch to the end where we will be sharing a super cool trick on how to get your work permit faster. If you're new to our channel, my name is Margarita.
I'm Dixon.
And we're an immigrant couple of lawyers and green card coaches.
We have a program that helps people go through this process successfully.
We help immigrant couples who want to know exactly what to do to get through this journey without wasting any time.
If you want to focus on your relationship instead of worrying about immigration for the next 3 to 5 years, join us and the successful members we'll be sharing with you today.
You can book a call with us using the link we've included in the description and in the comments.
First things first, all of these timelines come directly from our marriage immigration method. All of these couples followed our approach and were able to successfully handle their own green card case.
However, each of these timelines is very different, so it will help you set healthy expectations for your own case.
All right, let's start with Andrea.
This was a super fast green card. The rest of our case study is not quite like this, but truthfully, everyone inside our program is getting through this process quickly.
First, let's see exactly what Andrea is saying here. She says, "When we found you, we were so lost and had no idea where to start and what to do, since my immigration situation was a little different. We followed your program and trusted you. All the fears are gone. I've been dealing with immigration since 2016, and with you, in 3 months, our case was approved."
Andrea actually came to us when her husband was still a green card holder for many years. He didn't have a need to apply for naturalization until they realized that it was the only way Andrea could get her green card under her circumstances. So they handled his naturalization, and while it was pending, they started prepping her application.
When it comes to immigration, it's a lot of strategy as well, not just paperwork filing.
But they sent all her forms on May 6, 2023. She successfully expedited her work permit using our approach, which we will make sure to share at the end of this video. So her work permit got approved on July 3rd, and her green card was approved on August 14, 2023.
They were applying out of Florida, and here's also what they said after actually receiving their green card. Finally, we still can't believe it. Again, Margarita, Dixon, and everyone here, we are so grateful for you guys. Thank you for creating this method that actually helps in this crazy process. All the information and support you have given us made us confident in our case and less worried.
That's the whole point. All right, moving on to Natalie. Natalie was applying out of Georgia on December 22, 2022. She actually had a real super legitimate reason to expedite her work permit, and her expedite requests kept getting denied.
But we kept encouraging her to keep submitting those, and finally, she got approved for her work permit on March 28, 2023.
After that, she had a very unique situation where she had an emergency back home, which required her to travel overseas. Again, inside our program, we teach exactly how to handle these scenarios, so by following our approach, she submitted her emergency advance parole request.
And guess what? Just 3 days later, her green card was approved, which happened on September 30, 2023. So it took her about 9 months instead of 3. As you can see, every timeline is different, but let's move on to Fernanda.
Fernanda applied for her green card on December 27, 2023 out of North Carolina. In our experience, North Carolina has been somewhat slow with their cases, but let's see what happened here.
First, her work permit got approved without any expedite requests on April 21, 2023. And from there, she got her green card approved without an interview on October 13, 2023. So all in all, it took 289 days.
Not bad at all. Super limited stress during this process and just some waiting along the way.
Now, let's talk about Rika, who filed her case out of Oregon.
It's so interesting because we had 2 literally identical applicants out of the same field office. One got her green card in 5 months, while for Rika it took a bit longer, but still under a year.
She filed her case on October 31st, 2022. She got her work permit approved 48 days later, just 4 days before Christmas on December 20, 2022. But after that, just crickets, until she finally got approved on October 10, 2023, without an interview.
It's very interesting to be a part of our private community because you see all these cases getting approved and it being totally random.
The only thing that is truly consistent is the fact that ultimately everyone gets approved because they follow the process properly on the first try. So, inside our program, we all know that it's just a matter of time for everyone.
Otherwise, so long as you have a real marriage and no prior immigration or criminal issues, you are entitled to that green card. But you definitely need to make sure you're doing everything right from the start to ensure that you're actually getting your green card and not creating situations that complicate your journey and waste time along the way.
Plus, handling this process properly makes it so much easier for you to go through the removal of conditions and citizenship, which our method also covers.
If you're just in the beginning of this process and maybe you aren't sure where to start, or you feel like you definitely can handle this process yourself, but you want to make sure you aren't making any mistakes and aren't jeopardizing your case, we would love to see you inside our community and do your successful case study as soon as you get your green card. Apply to our method today. All the links in the description.
The final timeline we will look at is Nellie. Nellie submitted her case on December 20th, 2022, out of New York.
Her work permit got approved January 10, 2023, so very, very fast. But it also helped that they used our trick of attending their fingerprint appointment before the actual appointment date.
With no RFEs and no delays, her green card got approved September 7, 2023. It took about 8.5 months, which isn't the fastest green card we've ever seen, but very fast for New York.
Okay, now let's talk about the trick on how to expedite your work permit. This is something we teach inside our program and break it into step-by-step instruction. But for the purposes of this video, we will say this.
If, after you submit your application and do your biometrics, you find yourself in a situation where you need to start working as soon as possible, you can actually get your work permit faster if you have a pending job offer conditioned on you getting that work permit.
It might sound complicated to you right now, but it's actually very simple.
It works super well with pre-existing relationships with employers. Let's say you had an internship with a company in the past here in the US and they really liked you. If they are willing to offer you a job contingent on you getting your work permit, you can then go ahead and use that job offer to expedite your request.
It has to be legitimate, and this approach has 100% success rate inside our program. I will also mention that you should check this USCIS page for examples of reasons to expedite your documents, which we will also link below for your reference.
Remember, you can expedite anything you want, but it's a matter of properly following the USCIS process and submitting the necessary supporting evidence, so make sure you plan this in advance.
Thank you for watching.
Subscribe, click the bell, comment, and we look forward to seeing you next time.